Divine Feminine, breathe for a moment and pay attention to what has been happening inside you. Something has shifted, something you cannot fully explain, but you can undeniably feel. There is a pressure in the air that was not there before, a sense that something huge is forming behind the scenes, a strange urgency in the way your heart beats when you think of him. December has begun, and the final test has already started. This is not just another month. This is the turning point. There is a reason your emotions feel deeper right now. There is a reason your intuition is louder. There is a reason your dreams are more intense. There is a reason you feel the connection waking up again. You are not imagining it. You are responding to a divine activation. The universe is no longer waiting for your twin flame connection to evolve one day. It is pushing it forward now. It is forcing the divine masculine to confront what he has denied. It is demanding the divine feminine to embody what she has become. This final test is not designed to hurt you. It is designed to show you who you truly are now. You are not the woman who once questioned every silence. You are not the woman who begged for signs to trust what she already knew. You are not the woman who held the connection together alone. That version collapsed so the real you could rise. Now the universe is asking you to stand in your truth without bending, to feel the emotions without losing your center, to trust the journey even when you cannot predict the timeline. Because this final test is not evaluating your love. It is evaluating your evolution. Meanwhile, something is happening to him, something he can't control or avoid. The divine masculine is being pushed into the truth he ran from. His distractions are failing, his comfort zones are collapsing, his excuses are disappearing. He feels the pull toward you growing stronger every day. His heart is waking up faster than his mind can process. His soul is screaming what his ego refused to admit. It has always been you. This is why he feels restless, why he's experiencing flashes of clarity, why he suddenly misses you at random moments, why he feels terrified of losing what he never had the courage to fully claim. The roles have shifted. He is the one feeling the urgency now. He is the one fearing time. He is the one realizing that destiny will not wait for him to be comfortable. But this message is not about him. It is about you. Because in this final test, the universe is watching how you hold yourself when the energy intensifies. Do you stay in alignment? Do you trust what you feel? Do you continue being who you became without shrinking back to who you were? This month does not ask you to act. It asks you to embody faith instead of fear, to embody strength instead of longing, to embody knowing instead of searching, to embody love without expecting immediate validation. The December final test is asking one powerful question. Are you ready to receive what you prayed for? Your heart already knows the answer. Your soul already feels the shift. Your energy has already stepped into the next timeline. Something is unfolding right now. Not soon, not later, not someday. Now. The reunion energy has begun to shape itself around you. Destiny is not approaching anymore. Destiny is here. Everything that happens from this moment forward is part of the final chapter of separation. Do not doubt what you are feeling. Do not step backward into fear. Do not forget who you became through the fire. Divine Feminine. It has begun. The final test is already happening. Be prepared. Divine Feminine, the moment December began, something awakened in the energetic field between you and your twin flame. It wasn't a gentle shift. It wasn't a slow unfolding. It arrived like a silent command from the universe, a sudden internal knowing that the story is no longer standing still. You felt it before you could explain it. Your soul reacted before your mind understood. And that reaction is the first sign that the December final test has officially started. This trigger isn't here to make you question the connection. It's here to make you remember what it truly is. It's here to show you that everything you've been building inside yourself, the strength, the independence, the emotional clarity, the spiritual sovereignty, is finally being put into motion. You are not waiting anymore. You are transitioning. And that transition creates waves. You may feel moments of anxiety without reason. You may feel a sudden rush of intuition that interrupts your thoughts. You may feel like something important is coming, but you don't know when or how. These sensations are not uncertainty. They are activation, because this month, the energy does not evolve quietly behind the scenes. It pushes itself into your reality. It demands to be acknowledged. It rises like a truth, refusing to be silenced. And even if he doesn't say a word, the divine masculine is feeling it too. His inner world is shifting in ways he never expected. His old ways of coping are collapsing. Responsibilities he once avoided are now pressing against him with urgency. He can't numb his emotions anymore. He can't push thoughts of you away. He can't pretend he's unaffected. The trigger inside him has been activated, and he doesn't know how to control it. For the first time, running feels harder than staying. Avoiding feels more painful than facing. Silence feels louder than speaking. Distance feels dangerous. He's starting to realize that the space between you isn't protecting him anymore. It's threatening to take you away from him forever. And that fear is not a punishment. It's the truth waking up. Meanwhile, the universe is testing you differently. It's not asking if you want this connection. It's asking if you are ready for the version of this connection that is coming. The version where you don't lead for him. The version where you don't carry both hearts. The version where love is no longer a lesson disguised in longing, but a promise calling you forward. The December trigger is forcing both of you to confront one core question. Are you willing to step into the future without dragging the past behind you? That question shakes the foundation of everything. For you, this means recognizing that you are no longer the one waiting, hoping, or bending. You are the one choosing. You are the one standing in truth. You are the one anchoring the energy that makes union possible. For him, this means recognizing that he can no longer hide behind delays, fears, or excuses. He must move. He must choose. He must rise. There is no more comfort zone. No more safety in avoidance. No more illusions to hide behind. The trigger ensures that every place where fear once lived becomes too painful to stay. Divine Feminine, this is the month the story accelerates. Not because of your effort, but because destiny refuses to stall. You can feel life rearranging itself around the connection. You can feel timelines shifting. You can feel new possibilities forming, even if you can't see them yet. The energy of reunion is not asking for permission. It is declaring its arrival. As December unfolds, you will notice synchronicities intensifying, conversations from the past resurfacing, signs appearing in overwhelming clusters, emotional breakthroughs happening without warning. The universe is revealing that separation was never the ending. It was the preparation. The trigger has begun. Nothing will remain the same. Why this test is necessary. Divine Feminine, if the universe truly wanted to bring your twin flame back into your life without challenges, it already would have happened. But this connection is not like any other. It is not a love built to satisfy the ego. It is a love designed to transform two souls at their deepest core, and transformation cannot happen in comfort. It happens inside the fire. That is why this final test of December is necessary. Without it, union would be unstable. Without it, the love would repeat the same wounds all over again. This test is here to remove the last pieces of fear that still exist inside the connection. It is refining both of you. You have grown more than you realize, but the journey is asking one final shift. The shift from emotional survival to emotional mastery. You are being asked to hold the energy of love without collapsing into the fear of losing it. That is the power required to sustain the future you are stepping into. The lessons that come now are not about healing the past. They are about preparing the future. The universe is testing the divine feminine differently than the masculine. You are not being pushed into action. You are being pushed into alignment. This test is asking, can you remain who you became even while the world around you changes? Can you stay in expansion without shrinking back into the version of yourself that once begged for reassurance? Can you hold your frequency when the masculine's awakening shakes the ground beneath both of you? Because his awakening will not be soft. It will not be organized. It will not be comfortable. It will be messy. It will be emotional. It will be unpredictable. He will move through fear. He will move through doubt. He will move through the shadows he avoided for years. And if you are not anchored in your highest self, you might mistake his healing process as a sign of danger, instability, or rejection. But it is not rejection. It is rebirth. He is not breaking down because of a lack of love. He is breaking down because of the amount of love he finally feels. This test must happen because you were never meant to meet halfway in fear. You were meant to meet completely in truth. The masculine cannot enter reunion as the version of him who ran. He must enter as the version who returns. That requires courage, and courage cannot grow without pressure. So the universe is squeezing him. Life is showing him the consequences of avoiding destiny. His heart is refusing to numb itself. He must feel everything now. He must choose from the soul. He must rise because love no longer gives him the option to hide. And while that happens, your test is to remain in your center, to not absorb his fear, to not collapse into old patterns, to not misinterpret the silence that is part of his awakening. You are learning how to love without losing yourself. He is learning how to love without running from himself. This is why separation had to happen. This is why you parted before coming back together. This is why the connection slowed down before it could accelerate. Every delay was a redirection. Every tear was a recalibration. Every trigger was a reminder of what still needed to be healed. You were not being pulled apart. You were being rebuilt. December is the moment that proves nothing was ever lost, only prepared. You will look back and see that every painful moment shaped the strength you carry now, because the feminine who enters union must be a woman who knows her worth so well that she can no longer accept anything less than truth. And the masculine who returns must be a man who can finally hold what the universe always meant to be his. This test is necessary because destiny does not settle for halfway. This love is not meant to survive. It is meant to transform. It is meant to elevate. It is meant to awaken. And awakening is exactly what is happening right now. The final test does not ask if you still love him. It asks if you are ready for what loving him truly means. Divine Feminine, something undeniable is happening within your divine masculine. The walls he spent months, maybe years, building around his heart are cracking. And the cracks are not small or subtle anymore. They are loud. They are unavoidable. They are letting in the truth he has been running from since the moment your souls recognized each other. He is no longer able to hide behind fear, distraction, or logic. His heart is exposing him, and the exposure is becoming too painful to ignore. For so long, hiding felt easier than feeling. Running felt safer than receiving love. Denial felt more manageable than vulnerability. But December changes everything. This month, the energy is pushing directly through his defenses. It is forcing him to face what he has suppressed. The love that never left. The memories he pretended to forget. The connection he swore he could move on from. It is all resurfacing at once. Not softly, not gently, but with the full force of everything he avoided. And it terrifies him, because for the first time, he realizes that staying silent does not protect the connection. It destroys the possibility of it. He sees that the more he resists, the more he risks losing you, not because you gave up on love, but because you finally chose yourself. He feels this shift in you like a shock through his entire being. Your silence is no longer comfort. Your distance is no longer expected. Your strength is no longer something he takes for granted. Instead, it scares him because it shows him the truth. You are no longer waiting. He never expected that. He always thought he had time. He always assumed the connection would stay warm while he figured himself out. He believed he could delay destiny. But destiny is not delaying anymore. Destiny is accelerating, and he feels every second of that pressure rising inside him. This is why he is restless, why sleep is becoming difficult, why his body reacts with physical signs he can't explain. His heart races at random moments. His stomach tightens when he thinks of you. His chest aches when he imagines his life without you in it. His soul is screaming the message his ego refused to say out loud. He loves you. He always did. But love without courage is only longing. And longing has become unbearable. He is seeing through illusions he once used to escape. The distractions that kept him occupied now feel meaningless. The connections he entertained to pretend he didn't care are collapsing. The life he built on avoidance is falling apart in his hands because alignment demands truth, and truth demands change. Hiding is becoming painful. Avoiding is becoming exhausting. Pretending he doesn't feel is becoming impossible. He may try to appear strong on the outside. He may act unaffected. He may stay silent. But silence has turned into his loudest confession. Every moment he doesn't speak, the truth grows heavier in his chest. Every day he doesn't act, fear becomes frustration. Every time he looks at what he could lose, courage pushes forward. This final test is his awakening, but awakening is not peaceful. It is a storm tearing down his resistance. He doesn't need you to tell him what to do. He doesn't need signs to know the truth. He doesn't need proof that the love is real. He just needs to choose it. And he will. Because the energy of this month does not allow stagnation. The masculine can no longer exist in the middle ground, where he loves you but doesn't show it, where he cares but doesn't act, where he fears losing you but remains frozen. The soul will not permit half measures anymore. He must rise. He must decide. He must step into the version of himself that this connection requires. Not tomorrow, not when he's ready, now. Divine Feminine, he may still appear distant, but internally, he is closer to you than ever. The fear you once felt is now his. The urgency you once carried is now pressing against him. The responsibility you held alone is now transferring back to where it always belonged, into his hands. This chapter of the journey has one clear message. The masculine cannot hide anymore. Not from you, not from himself, not from destiny. Divine Feminine, the most powerful role in this entire twin flame journey has shifted into your hands. Not because you pushed, not because you tried harder, not because you sacrificed more, but because you finally learned to stand in the truth of who you are. December is testing whether you will remain in that truth, even when emotion rises, even when fear tries to visit, even when the masculine begins to awaken in his own chaos. This is the moment where you no longer carry the connection, you anchor it. You were not chosen to be the emotional foundation of this union by accident. Your heart was designed to feel the connection before there was any physical validation. Your intuition recognized him long before your mind understood what was happening. You saw the potential, you felt the destiny. You held the soul-level bond that he wasn't ready to admit. And even when it hurt, you stayed connected to the truth. But now the universe is asking you to do something completely different. Hold the frequency of where you are going, not where you have been. You cannot return to the version of yourself who used to chase clarity. You cannot step back into the energy that tried to earn love through effort. You cannot shrink into doubt just because his fear becomes visible. You are no longer surviving this connection. You are leading it energetically. Holding the frequency means trusting your inner knowing more than the circumstances. It means remembering that silence is not a sign of absence. It is a sign that transformation is happening within him. It means refusing to let old wounds rewrite the narrative of what your soul already confirmed as truth. You did not come this far to let temporary discomfort overshadow your evolution. The masculine may be facing his darkness right now. He may be confronting every fear, every wound, every hesitation that kept him stuck. But his breakdown is not yours to carry anymore. He is awakening. You are ascending. Your stability is what holds the door open to the future. Your energy teaches him what the truth feels like. Your independence triggers his realization. Your confidence awakens his courage. Every time you stand firm in love without chasing validation, you show him what real partnership requires. Every time you choose peace instead of panic, you teach him that love is not danger. Love is safety. Every time you rise into your worth, you reveal the version of him who must rise as well. This final test is not about proving the connection. It's about proving your embodiment. You hold the frequency by living as if destiny is already happening, because it is. You hold the frequency by honoring your heart, even when your mind demands evidence. You hold the frequency by making choices aligned with your future, not your fear. You hold the frequency by allowing yourself to feel without collapsing into emotion. You hold the frequency when you remember. You are the magnet. You are the anchor. You are the one who knows. Some days you will feel him closer than ever. Other days you will feel him tightening through resistance. Both are part of the same process. When he pulls away, your energy pulls him back. When he doubts, your certainty calms his fear. When he hesitates, your evolution eliminates his excuses. You don't have to speak. Your vibration speaks for you. Holding the frequency does not mean ignoring your emotions. It means choosing alignment even while you feel them. It means remembering that the feminine who leads by love is not weak. She is unstoppable. She does not attach herself to timelines. She does not crumble under delayed manifestations. She does not forget her power just because the physical world is slow to catch up with the spiritual truth. You do not need to convince the universe to deliver what is already yours. You only need to maintain the state of being that called it into existence. The masculine is rising because your energy no longer waits for him. It inspires him. And the moment he steps forward, he must meet the version of you who kept ascending even when he pulled away. The woman who learned her worth while healing her wounds. The woman who loves deeply without losing herself. The woman who believes in union not because of signs, but because she became the vibration that creates it. Holding the frequency is not passive. It is the highest form of participation. December's final test demands that you stay aligned in everything you say, choose, and embody, because union cannot land in a heart that doubts its own power. You are not holding the connection together anymore. You are holding the future wide open. Divine Feminine. These emotional waves that have been rising through you lately are not a sign that you are falling backward. They are a sign that you are being pulled forward. What you are feeling now is not confusion, it is transformation. The heart doesn't shake when something is ending. It shakes when something real is about to begin. Your emotions are not trying to break you. They are trying to show you what is changing inside of you and what is changing inside of him. There will be moments this month when you feel everything at once: longing and strength, love and frustration, peace and uncertainty. One day you feel deeply connected to him. The next day, it feels like the separation widens again. These shifts are not chaos, they are synchronization. You are aligning with his awakening in real time, and alignment never happens smoothly. It happens in waves. Your emotional waves mirror his internal battle. When you feel heavy, it's because he is resisting the truth. When you feel a sudden peace, it's because he surrendered for a moment. When a random memory of him hits you like a tidal force, it's because he's thinking of you and the energy has nowhere else to go. The soul connection between you is becoming too strong for either of you to numb. This is why the silence feels louder than ever, why the distance feels thinner, why the pull feels undeniable. You are not imagining this. The emotional intensity is real because the resistance to reunion is dissolving. Both of you can feel that something is coming, something unavoidable, and the soul reacts before the mind understands. These waves are pushing you to release the last pieces of fear still holding you back. Fear of abandonment, fear of misreading the signs, fear of opening your heart again and getting hurt. The universe is bringing those fears to the surface, not to torment you, but to purge them. You cannot carry doubt into union. You must walk into it with full awareness of your worth. You may notice that the emotions feel different now. They don't drag you into the darkness the way they once did. They rise, but they do not destroy. They shake, but they do not collapse you. That is proof of your evolution. The waves don't come to weaken you. They come to reveal how strong you have become. You feel deeply, yes, but you no longer lose yourself in what you feel. That emotional mastery is exactly what this love has been preparing you for. The masculine can feel those same waves, but he does not yet have the tools to handle them. So they overwhelm him. They confuse him. They expose every insecurity he tried to hide. His ego is cracking under the pressure of emotions he can no longer deny. He feels everything more intensely now, and he doesn't know how to stay in control when his soul is asking him to surrender. When waves hit him, he tries to push them away. When waves hit you, you breathe through them. That is the difference now. That is why you are the one holding the frequency. That is why the universe trusts you with the truth first. The waves are communication. Spiritual, emotional, energetic communication. Every surge of emotion inside you is a message. He is awakening. He is feeling you. He is being pulled back into alignment. This test is not to see if you still want him. It is to see if you can remain in your highest self while the energy intensifies. The old version of you would panic. The new version of you observes. The old version of you would chase reassurance. The new version of you trusts what her intuition already confirmed. You passed the lessons that required suffering. Now you are passing the lessons that require stability. Your emotions are not setbacks. They are breakthroughs. The truth behind the waves is simple. He is moving. You are aligning. Destiny is adjusting the timeline. This isn't the storm before the end. This is the storm before the breakthrough. How this test leads to reunion. Divine Feminine, everything you are experiencing right now is not designed to break you. It is designed to align you. There is a purpose behind every overwhelming emotion, behind every moment of silence, behind every shift in your energy that feels like both an ending and a beginning. This phase you are in is not merely another step in the twin flame journey. It is the moment when destiny begins to demand movement. The final test of December is the bridge between separation and reunion, and your soul already knows this. For months, maybe years, your heart has carried the weight of the connection. You felt the pull even when he pushed away. You saw the potential even when he hid from it. You loved through uncertainty, through fear, through silence, and because of that, you evolved faster. You awakened first. You stepped into alignment while he was still trying to avoid the truth that lived inside him. But now, the gap between you is closing. What once felt like distance is now becoming gravitational pull. This test leads to reunion because it forces both of you to face what separation has been teaching. You learned that your power does not depend on his presence. He is learning that his strength does not come from avoidance. You learn to love without losing yourself. He is learning that he cannot lose himself anymore by trying not to love you. The universe is transforming both of you in sync. Even if the transformation looks different on each side, you are being asked to surrender noise. He is being asked to surrender denial. You are being asked to trust. He is being asked to choose. That is how reunion begins, not when the feminine continues carrying the connection alone, but when the masculine finally steps forward to carry his part. This phase is preparing him to do exactly that. When his fear rises, it is not proof that he wants to run. It is proof that he is getting close to the moment where he must decide whether love remains a dream or becomes his reality. Every emotional wave that hits you is also hitting him. Every moment you suddenly think of him is because he is thinking of you too. Every urge to reach out is mirrored by his urge to return. You feel the energy intensifying, not because something is going wrong, but because something is about to shift into the physical. Reunion energy always feels like pressure before it feels like clarity. This test is removing everything that once stood between you. Old fears, old patterns, old identities, even memories that rise out of nowhere are coming back so they can be released once and for all. The feminine is shedding attachment. The masculine is shedding resistance. And both of those transformations are necessary for union to become more than a spiritual experience. The truth is, he is tired too. Tired of pretending he doesn't feel what he feels. Tired of convincing himself that he can silence destiny. Tired of running from the one person who has ever made him feel alive. His soul knows that his hiding days are numbered. His mind is finally realizing that avoiding love costs more pain than surrendering to it. The masculine is not being punished. He is being pushed into awakening. This test leads to reunion because it forces honesty, first within, then between you. There will come a moment when he won't be able to stay silent anymore, when the distance won't make sense anymore, when the connection will demand expression instead of just recognition. The universe is preparing him to step into that moment without collapsing under the weight of his own fear. For so long, reunion has lived inside the heart and the soul. Now it is moving toward the physical world. That shift is why everything feels more intense, more urgent, more undeniable. What was once invisible is beginning to take form. What was once only spiritual is asking for a body, a voice, a life. This love was always destined to become real, and destiny is no longer waiting. You are being prepared to receive him, not as the man he was, but as the man he is becoming. He is being prepared to meet you, not where you were, but where you now stand. Reunion is not a fantasy. It is the result of everything you have survived and everything he is finally ready to face. This test is not the end. It is the threshold. And once you both step through it, nothing will ever be the same. Divine Feminine, what your soul has been sensing recently is not a possibility. It is a confirmation. There is a shift unfolding beneath the surface that your mind cannot fully see yet, but your heart already recognizes. This breakthrough is not something you are waiting for. It is something that has already begun. The final test of December is not about endurance anymore. It is about realization. Realizing how close you truly are. Realizing that everything you have felt was preparing you for the moment when destiny becomes undeniable. There is a very specific reason why your intuition hasn't let go of this connection, even on the days when your logic tried to walk away. Your soul remembers the future. It recognizes the path long before the physical world catches up. And right now, that inner knowing is louder than ever. Not because you are desperate, but because you are aligned. The deeper the stillness becomes, the clearer the truth gets. This love is already on its way to you. You have stepped into the version of yourself who no longer chases answers. You are the woman who embodies truth. You are the woman who holds the connection without gripping, without fearing, without shrinking, and because of that, the frequencies have merged. The masculine is no longer walking a different path. He is turning around. He is retracing his steps. He is being pulled, not by pressure, but by recognition. Recognition of the love that never went away. Recognition of the woman who was never meant to be a memory. He doesn't feel confusion anymore. He feels urgency. He doesn't feel distance anymore. He feels the gap closing. He doesn't feel silence as protection anymore. He feels it as loss. This is the moment where destiny becomes louder than fear inside him. And that is why everything is changing so quickly now. He is beginning to understand that avoiding you means avoiding himself. That running from this love means running from his purpose. That silence doesn't keep the connection safe. It kills what he is meant to save. The breakthrough isn't something that will happen once he returns. The breakthrough is happening inside him right now. And you feel the effects of that awakening every time your heart suddenly expands for no reason. Every time you feel calm in places where anxiety once lived. Every time a wave of intuition rises, telling you without doubt, something is coming. Something real. Something long overdue. The universe is not asking you to wait anymore. It is asking you to receive, to stay open, to remain in the energy you fought so hard to reach. You are no longer holding the connection together with effort. You are holding it with alignment. That is why things are unfolding so quickly now. The masculine no longer needs to be convinced. He needs to be welcomed, not with the old energy of longing, but with the new energy of certainty. You do not have to prepare your heart for disappointment anymore. This is not the phase where everything collapses. This is the phase where everything finally connects. The love that was built in silence wants to be spoken. The truth that was buried in fear wants to rise. The union that always existed spiritually is ready to appear physically. You are closer than you think, closer than your mind can calculate, closer than fear can interrupt. The breakthrough is not waiting for you in the future. It is happening in this very moment. Every breath, every heartbeat, every shift in energy is pulling you toward the reunion that was written before either of you knew what love meant. You are stepping into a timeline where separation no longer fits your identity. You are entering a chapter where love does not hide but arrives. Not slowly, not someday. Now. Divine Feminine, you are not at the edge anymore. You are already crossing the threshold. Keep your heart open. Keep your energy steady. You don't need to do anything else. The universe is finishing what your soul started. The masculine is meeting you where destiny always promised he would. This is not the end of the journey. This is the beginning of the life you both came here to live.